Welcome to another episode of DIY Backyard Farm. Tonight we're going to take a simple garden tour, as I've never really done this before, and I want to show people what it's like to have your own farmer's market right outside your back door. So here we are at the entrance to the main gardens. Right outside the entrance we've got the berry bushes, and I just picked onions. That was a whole strip of onions right there that are now drying in the garage. And a couple of squash out here. One of them might be a pumpkin, I gotta check. But that one right there is Grandma's Hubbard squash, and that's an heirloom that my grandma Rosemary, who's a wonderful gardener, handed on to me. So as we get through the gates here, we've got a lot going on. I'm gonna give you a wide shot so you can see just how much is in here. Now, it looks pretty neat. I know we've got some weeds. This isn't Martha Stewart here. Sorry, Martha. So each kid's got their own. The people that follow along know I have two little kids, and my daughter loves salad and greens. And if you look at her garden, lots of salad, lots of greens. Look at that Swiss chard. I mean, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. There's even some radishes in here that she planted. She's very much a fan of pick a plant, plant a seed. And if she doesn't have access to seeds because she's out here by herself and, you know, we don't let them wander, but sometimes they come in here without us, she'll mark it with a stick. And then she'll tell me, hey, Dad, I need some seeds. Over here, you got my son's garden. Also a lettuce aficionado. He's got radicchio and a few lettuces in the back that we'll get around to. And some carrots, purple dragon carrots, which are squished in. And I don't advise squishing stuff in, but they're allowed to do what they want to do out here. 3 Maine tomato plants. That's his personal favorite. And then here we have a bunch of lettuce that it was really cute. He didn't want to thin the lettuce that he planted by seeding, so he picked out most of the seedlings and put them in pots. That was his own little project. It worked out great. Right behind the kids, we've got a strawberry patch on each side, ever-bearing, as well as a regular crop of strawberries that bear just once, and some herbs growing in that cinder block. That's cilantro. Just to their left, we've got some garlic getting ready to get harvested. This needs to be weeded badly, and I got to get in here. An artichoke plant and some lowly looking basil that was attacked by beetles. I'm hoping it comes back. This is the end of the asparagus season, so we've got the patch here. I just weeded it, and already there's some more weeds moving in. Asparagus do not like weeds, so you got to keep that moving. There's another artichoke, much bigger. These are water hogs. Keep them really well watered. They grow fast and they're just beautiful. Even if you don't eat the artichokes, they are the most beautiful flowering plant in the garden. It looks like a plant from outer space. These are not garden ghosts. They are actually blueberry bushes, and if you don't net them like this, once the berries have formed, you will lose them about a day before you're going to pick them. The birds will just swoop in and grab them, like that one in there. So I keep them really well protected. As you can see, we love tomatoes, so there's a lot of tomatoes around. And I know you're seeing weeds, a couple of weeds here and there, more than a couple of weeds. You know, there's only so much time in the day. So we weed the weeds that are most problematic, and the other ones, they get to live along until we get time to pull them out. As you can see, I use a lot of the space, so this is intensive gardening at its best. I've got a tomato plant here. Why do you think it hasn't grown as fast? Well, 2 reasons. One, it's not getting full sun. And 2, we planted it about a month after the others. So, FYI, they like full sun. Around the edges of the garden, I've got beets. We eat a ton of beets. Just boatloads of them. So everywhere I can squeeze a beet, I plant them. And we've got all different kinds. So they're just a blast to grow. They're gorgeous. We call them the candy of the garden. These are the tomatillos, the latest edition, first time ever growing them. Everybody should try to grow something different from time to time. We rotate in new players every season, and we finally, after hand pollinating, you can see down in there, I don't want to even touch it, straight in there we've got our first couple of tomatillos that we finally got to pollinate. Over here we've got our zucchini patch. You don't need a lot of zucchini plants. They really are prolific growers. I have to keep them pruned, and we eat the flowers every single night in season. Lots of recipes on the website if you're into zucchini flowers. some open space where we're growing some fall crop. We're in early July and it's time to start thinking about the fall, believe it or not. I don't like thinking about it, but I will plant for it. Kale mania over there in the corner, and in the back all different kinds of kale as well as carrots. Those are more purple dragons. Along the back row we've got the cucumbers and some pepper plants and eggplant. And then finally up here, we're in rotation here, but we've got what's left of some greens and some radishes. And now we've got some new things coming in, some Swiss chard and our peppers. And everywhere we can, we seem to find something. Sage is growing amazing. We've got more herbs. This is really herb central here. I can reach right over the fence and grab them. That's what's left of the onions. And more lettuce. We've got enough lettuce to eat from our garden every single night. It's fantastic. No $4 organic lettuce boxes. Everything in here is organic. We don't spray them with any chemicals. And everything just tastes great. If we get a problem with a bug or fungus or something, we rip the plant out and we move on. I had to rip out some broccoli earlier. And, you know, it's a pain in the butt, but you move on. And there's enough here to keep us busy. So, for all of us to all of you, happy gardening. I hope you enjoyed the tour, and we'll talk to you soon.